Hello, pre-calculus student. This video is for chapter 5.3, Other Trigonometry Functions. So in the last video for 5.2, we learned two trig functions, sine and cosine function. And now we are learning four more, secant, cosecant, tangent, and cotangent. So we will read their function values from the unit circle for special angles. So remember we have the special angles and also Coranto angle. We'll learn how to read off their value from the unit circle. There is definition of this. We'll introduce a definition of these four trig functions. We'll go through some look at the six trig function, including sine and cosine, which one is even and which one are odd function. We'll look at more trig identity so we can simplify them. And lastly, use calculator to calculate the trig function value of these four trig function for non-special angles. Not non-right angle. I think it's non-special angles. Like if it's 31 degree instead of 30 degree, like that. Okay, to begin with, we want to introduce something called radical review. So in particular reciprocal, because the functions that we introduce, some of them are reciprocal of the sine and cosine functions. So very often we have to reciprocal a function value. So for example, what is the reciprocal of root 2 over 2? Reciprocal is root 2 over 2's reciprocal is 2 over root 2. Reciprocal means when you multiply them, they're 1. So basically you switch them over. So you could rationalize it or you can just leave it that way. In trigonometry, very often we don't rationalize it unless they say it. So we could just leave it that way. What is the reciprocal of 0? So the reciprocal is 1 over 0 is undefined. Right? It's undefined. We don't divide by 0. What about reciprocal of, so all of these are reciprocal of what? Negative 1 over root 7 is root 7. You flip it over 1, that is just that. What is the reciprocal of negative root 3? So this is the opposite of what we just did. We would just negative 1 over root 3. Okay. And what is the reciprocal of negative 1? So if it is negative, it will keep negative. So it's negative 1 over negative 1 is actually negative 1. Okay. Then we would also look at if we are dividing two fraction together, like root 3 over 2 divided by 1 over 2. So what we can do is we can simplify them by multiplying a equivalent fraction to a equivalent fraction 2 over 2. So this 2 cancel the 1/2, this 2 cancel the 1/2. So that is equal to root 3 over 1. And we can write it as root 3. What about here? Oh, I see 2 over 2 over 2. Again, I will multiply 2 top and bottom. I don't change it if I multiply this top and bottom. So the goal is to divide them. And then root 2 and root 2 also are the same, right? So it's just negative 1. They're basically the same thing, but except with negative. What about 1 over 2 over root 3 over 2? So we cancel the 2 again. And so I have 1 over root 3. We could simplify it as root 3 over 3 by rationalizing the denominator by multiplying root 3 in the top and root 3 in the bottom. So frequently, we would, for this particular one, we'll simplify it as root 3 over 3. What about 0 over negative 1? So this is just equal to 0. But what about 1 over 0? This is undefined. Undefined. We don't divide by 0. So we could have the 0 in the numerator. That's just a value 0. Okay, now we're ready to do the 4 extra trig functions other than sine and cosine and how they are defined. So I include the sine x and cosine x, cosine t and cosine 2 definition that we have last time. We would say if I have a unit circle and the angle t turn to with a terminal side. This terminal side is a line. It will cut the unit circle at point of x comma y. X is cosine, y is sine. And then I'll define more. So this was from chapter 5.1. Now the third one is tangent is the y value divided by the x value, provided x not 0. Okay, because these x, y could have, because if I just have x and y, I can use it. You can have any number. But if I'm dividing, I want to make sure that x is not equal to 0. If x is 0, when is x 0? Here. At this point, x is 0, actually, right? Because I would read out this point as 0, comma 1. So if you divide 1 over 0, that is undefined. So tangent 90 degree is undefined. Cosecant, the name is called cosecant. The full name of the fourth function is here. Secant, cosecant, tangent, cotangent. Maybe I'll write it here. Tan means tangent. That's the full name, but TAN is the, and this CSC is cosecant. And then SEC is secant. And COT is cotangent. That's just a name of a function, but we pick the first 3 digits, that is first 3 character, that is important for naming that function. So if I say cosecant t, that is actually 1 over y, and I particularly write it next to xi, so you know that, oh, they're actually reciprocal of each other. And secant t is actually 1 over x. You read off the x and you do reciprocal of it, it becomes secant t. So again, I have it right next to a cosine. You know that, oh, they are actually reciprocal of each other. And cotangent would be, it's a y over x like in tan, it's x over y, provided that y is not 0. So all of these have to be defined that only if the denominator equals 0. So now, the first question we will want to do is, if there is an angle that turn, and then all of a sudden, at a point, the point cut the unit circle as 3 over 5 and 4 over 5. So find all 6 strict functions. So I know this is x and y. And so I would have sine t would equal to the y value would be 4 over 5. Okay. Cosine t, oh, not cotan, cosine is the x value, which is 3 over 5. And then now this is a new one. Tangent t, you have to do some calculation, is y over x. So it's 4 over 5 divided by 3 over 5. So over 5 and over 5 can cancel. That is equal to 4 over 3. Okay. Then we have the fourth one is cosecant t is 1 over y. Y is 4 over 5, so that would be 5 over 4. It's the reciprocal of y. And then secant t is 1 over x. So have x is 3 over 5. 1 over x is equal to 5 over 3. And then cotangent x would be x over, x over y is tangent. So this is y over x. What is y? Y is 4 over 5. And x is 3 over 5. So that means if you simplify the 5 away, so it'll be 4 over 3. So which also, this is this y over x, y over x. Oh no, this is not y. Cotangent is not y over x. It's x over y. It's the reciprocal of it. X over y. And also this is not x, it's t. Gosh. So the input is always an angle. The input is not an x value. Okay. Angle, whatever angle that you have, that is x over y. Our x is 3 over 5, and our y is 4 over 5. That is equal to 3 over 4. You can also look at it that these two are reciprocal of each other. So now, so those are the ones where you actually know the x and y. Now we have to look up the unit circle to find all 6 trig function of t equal to 4 pi over 3. I'm going to look at, Let's open up unit circle first, okay? Okay, so this, I have it open and I want to use the unit circle to find all 6 trig function value of the angle 4 pi over 3. So I have my input is 4 pi over 3. I want to know the trig function value. So I'm going to switch to the unit circle. You should find it in Canvas, and I think I'm going to print you a copy. Okay, so 4 pi over 3, right? Where's 4 pi over 3? If you are good at it, it's right here. So it's negative 1/2, negative 3 over 2. So I'm going to 4 pi over 3. Actually, just do it over here. Negative 1/2, negative 3 over 2. So I'm going to write it. Okay, so first is sine t is the y value, negative 3 over 2. Cosine t is the x value, negative 1/2. Tangent t would be y over x. Would negative 3 over 2 divided by negative 1 over 2, the over 2 and over 2 cancel, become negative 3. And then we have cosecant t, which is 1 over y. Y is negative 3 over 2, so it will be negative 2 over 3. Secant t would be 1 over x will be negative 2. So it's negative 1/2. You reciprocate it, become negative 2. And then cotan t is x over y. So do negative 1/2 over negative 3 over 2. So over 2 and over 2 cancel. 1 over 3 positive. Oh, this is positive. Negative, negative is positive. I'm really sorry. So this that is 3 over 3. For tangent, we usually have root 3 or root 3 over 3. We seldom say 1 over root 3. So that's the all 6 trig function of 4 pi over 3. Okay. Actually, I shouldn't say CSTT. I should say cosecant 4 pi over 3. Okay. So now we have more. Use unit circle to find the exact value of these. Some are corantal angles, some are special angles. So tangent 0. So do you remember tangent 0? The 0 value is 1, 0. So I'm going to draw a small unit circle here and say my number is 1, 0. So I want tangent. Tangent is y over x. Tangent 0 equal to 0 over 1. That's equal to 0. Okay. And then 3 pi over 2, where is it? It's here, right? So still remember this number? 0 comma negative 1. So, but I want secant. Secant 3 pi over 2 is 1 over x. 1 over x is undefined. 1 over 0, undefined. Does not exist. What about cosecant pi? Pi is here. The unit circle was this point. Oh, okay. This is negative 1 comma 0. Cosecant is equal to 1 over y. Oh, again, y is 0. Against undefined. Really sorry. Okay. Cotangent 180. 180 is here. This is negative 1 comma 0 again. But I want cotan. Cotan is x over y. So that's negative 1 over 0. Oh, also undefined. Okay, so let's do this. 5 pi over 3. So 5 pi over 3 is here. And if I go back to the unit circle, I think it's what 5 pi over. No, 5 pi over 6. 5 pi over 6 is negative 3 over 2, 1/2. Negative 3 over 2, 1/2. Cosecant is 1 over y. That is 2. Right? Cosine 3 pi over 4. 3 pi over 4 is here. And the point is x is negative. Negative root 2 over 2, root 2 over 2. So cosine is the x value, negative root 2 over 2. Okay. Secant pi over 3, pi over 3 is here. Is 1/2 and root 3 over 2. In quadrant 1, they're both positive. So secant is 1 over x, right? It's 1 over x is 2 again. So that's how you use the unit circle to find angles that are within 0 to 360. Okay. We also would want to look at sine of all the 6 trig functions. In quadrant 1, all sine, cosine, tangent, secant, cosecant, and cotangent, they're all positive. In the second quadrant, sine is positive, cosecant is positive. Okay. The third one, tangent and cotangent are positive because when you're dividing two, sine and cosine, they're both negative, then it's got positive. And then lastly, quadrant 4, cosine is positive, secant is positive. So the easy way to remember is ASTC. Or I think A smart trick class. A smart trick class. So all positive, S for sine, T for tangent, class for cosine. Okay. And their reciprocal are also positive. What is the sign of secant and cotangent if T is between pi and 3 pi over 2? Pi is here, 3 pi over 2 is here. So if you are in this quadrant, what is, okay, so a smart trick class. Trick means tangent is positive. So if tangent is positive, this is positive. But secant is negative. Okay, only tangent and cotangent are positive in the third quadrant. So this is what we have. And the next video, we'll look at how you can use coterminal angle to find trig functions of all 6 or all values of all 6 trig functions.